Welcome back to Coffee Break, guys. I'm Thomas.
I'm Chris.
Today, we are being educational and talking about a book.
A book that everybody should read. It should be in every classroom.
Should be in every classroom around the nation. It's full of wonderful artwork and literature and deep meaning, philosophical questions, all of that good stuff.
Great dialogue.
Great dialogue. Basically, Shakespeare himself could have written this mixed with
Easily
Galileo and everyone else. And of course, we are referring to none other than Super Mario Adventures.
The comic.
The comic book. Yes.
Alright. Okay, some backstory to this comic. This comic was produced by Nintendo Power. They released one chapter a month.
Nintendo Power. That tells you how old this book is.
It came out in 1993, so right after, well, not right after, but 2 years after Super Mario World. And why I'm glad to see this book on print is because this book was printed in the 90s, and like they had one run of it. And so I was looking for it because my dad bought it for me when I was a kid, and I read it so much the book literally fell apart. It disintegrated. The covers and everything fell apart.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Fair enough.
When I got older, I was looking for it, and there was a copy on Amazon for like $70-80, and that was a little too pricey for me. So they recently reprinted it, and it's all the original artwork. I think the cover is slightly different, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you can get it at any bookstore, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and I would highly recommend it.
How much was this?
I think it was $20 or something. So
okay.
That was not more than $20. But
not
anyway,
too bad.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going chapter by chapter. Once a week, we'll talk about a chapter in particular, and each chapter.
I think though, before we do anything, I think it's fitting that we pull our little friend over here. That's a fitting homage to be in this video, don't you think?
Yeah.
We'll put him on top of our little die here.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Alright, so Chris has already read this, as he's made very clear. I just read chapter 1, so we're going to be going through kind of chapter by chapter about what we think and talking about it. You guys will be pulled along through this exciting journey, but let's get right into this. Chapter 1. I've never read anything in my life that is so 90s. It's super fun, super bright. The artwork is fantastic. I don't really know if you can see too well, but I mean, look at how bright and colorful that is. But I'm telling you, the way that these little toadstools and talk to each other, and Mario and Luigi, I'm telling you guys, it's kind of fantastic. And then they like break out into song for no reason while they're fixing pipes. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the first chapter, it starts out with Mario and Luigi going to Peach's castle. Was she known as Peach in the book? I can't remember.
Princess Toadstool, I believe.
I know she was Princess Toadstool at that time, but was she Peach
I don't
yet?
think anyone referred to her as Princess Peach.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Anyway, so Mario and Luigi are going there to fix her pipes because she's having some sort of party, which of course, she's busy for. She's working so hard to prepare for this party. She's playing video games.
Yeah, no, she's only referred.
You have to hurry up, but she's playing video games.
And not only is she playing video games, she's playing a Super Mario Bros. Video game.
Yeah.
So, kind of a weird loop of events. She is referred to as the princess, and that's it. Just the princess. So I haven't seen the name yet.
Okay. Well, we'll find that out. But either way, Princess Toadstool Peach, she was. But one thing I like about this, like, as an intro, they introduce you to Mario and Luigi, and they do such a good job at conveying their different personalities. Luigi's complaining about how hungry he is, and Mario's just like, put a sock in it and let's get working.
Yeah.
And so
one of my favorite lines is Luigi's talking about how I'm weak from hunger. Let's eat. Remember, the party without pipes, the princess will be in a pickle. And they just break into song again and keep going. Mario's just whistling away, working, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
green pipes appear.
Big old green pipes, which you're familiar with from the games if you played them. Big old green pipes just break out of nowhere. And of course, Mario's curious about what they are, maybe thinking it's a moat or a direct path to the moat, and then gets bit in the nose by a piranha plant. So, bad news.
Which he crushes Luigi's lunch, too. Which Luigi
falls
isn't
on his
happy
lunch
about. And from there, one of Peach's guards informs her that, these green pipes have appeared everywhere, and I love the artwork because you see him yelling at one of Peach's assistants, and it is hilarious. I don't know if he's a manga. We'll have to do some research on the artist, but I don't think he's a manga artist. But he really captures that personality that you would see in a manga. But anyways, Princess
really
Peach's
does.
castle gets invaded. You see tons of Mario enemies. If you played Super Mario World, you'd be familiar with everybody that they show.
Yeah, Goombas and Koopas and all sorts of good stuff.
And at that point, after Mario and Luigi fight off some enemies, Bowser appears.
Yeah, Bowser appears at the very end and says to be continued. But still, another one of my lines I really liked was, for some reason, they grab a green pipe, Mario puts it in his mouth, and Luigi kicks a Goomba into the pipe, and Mario spits it out of the pipe and takes out like 15 other enemies and says, now that's what I call Spitfire. So the 90s puns in this are just on point.
Well, and before that, Luigi says, help, I'm being devoured by vile vegetation.
There you go. When I read it, I thought it said vegetarian.
One thing that's cool about this, too, and I'll try to get a zoom in on this panel, but when Mario takes out the enemies, you see a Koopa getting knocked out of his shell. Like, that's a great nod to the games.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Because that's what would happen in a world. You jump on the Koopas and they get flying out of their shells, and then you can take the shells, and it's great.
And then one giant pipe comes out of nowhere, like a master pipe, and Princess just says, "Leapin' lug nuts, Toadman, look at the size of those pipes." And then, of course, good old Bowser comes out in his little flying mobile, or whatever you call it. I don't know. But it says to be continued. I'm not going to look at Chapter 2, because I don't want to be spoiled by anything.
This Chapter 1 did what it really needed to. It established two Mario and Luigi, where Mario's the no-nonsense, let's get the job done. Luigi's more the comic relief. But I feel like that's a really good interpretation of how they were supposed to be in the video games.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've played Super Mario World or not.
Yes, I have.
But Mario will throw fireballs and Luigi barfs them out.
Yeah.
So it's funny that they keep that in there.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for these next 12 weeks we'll be covering these books, and I hope you guys are too.
Yeah.
Again, if you like Mario, I would highly recommend this. A fantastic artwork.
It's a fun little book, yeah.
It's 90s at its best.
At its best, which is saying a lot. But, I mean, I was a 90s kid, so, this was when I was growing up.
Yeah. And this book has a lot of nostalgic ties for me. Again, I read this book so much it fell apart. I took it everywhere with me, so I'm excited to have it back.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to join you through your reunion with one of your favorite reads.
Alright, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We hope you like and comment and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a share. That helps us out a lot.
It helps us out immensely.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Until next time, we'll see you later.
See you guys on the next one.